Hello everyone, this is George Gonzalez from Frontline SEO, and real quick, this video is going to go over the updates that Dave came out with for MOWG. We're going to go over a website, how to actually do a regular MOWG website using the import web page function in the toolbar, and also using it the way that I do it, and I'll explain why I do it without using the import web page. And I'm also going to go over the bonus that I'm including for everyone, which is a website that I built from the ground up for using it for whatever you want. If you want to use it for yourself, I'd be more than happy to. If you want to use it for UAP runs, you can use it for that. You can use it for whatever. I've already built it up, and it passes all the W3C validation, and in my opinion, it's pretty clean looking. So I'll show you guys that as well. So let's get started. First thing is the MOWG Toolbar 17.2 update on David's website. You would have gotten an email for that, but here's the link, and it's on MOWGcrew.com, MOWG Pro. And in a nutshell, Dave's new update for the toolbar is adding a menu generator to it. If you open up your toolbar, you'll see this icon here, menu generator. And it's really cool because what we would have to do before is add words, like our keywords is keyword 1, keyword 2, if I could spell, and then we would have to highlight and control F and find what you gotta find the space and replace it with a dash, and then replace all, and that's cool. And then you have to take the keywords and you have to drag them across to make your menus. And obviously that was very time consuming if you had a lot of keywords. So for me, I would only limit myself to maybe 20 keywords max because it's just time consuming. So the menu generator at the push of a button will do that for you. I would watch it. If you want to watch the videos, it's on that page. You can see exactly what it does. But that's all that is. And the MOWG Pro 2.5 update for that is adding functionality to the MOWG Pro itself. So inside MOWG Pro, you have this output file extension. You can change the ending of the documents that are created to either one of these HTMLs, or you can type in doc or docx or whatever you want. I don't know, whatever you're saving it as. The only thing he said was you cannot type in .txt. There becomes a hurdle, some programming hurdle that they couldn't overcome. So for those of you that are using it to do more than just create HTML pages, have at it. That's what that is for. And FTP, I guess it was too much of a hassle to open up FileZilla and upload files there, so he added FTP functionality directly into MOWG Pro itself. I personally won't be using this because I actually like to see inside of FileZilla my left hand side, my computer, and on my right hand side I like to see the website. I actually like to see what files are getting uploaded and where they're getting uploaded, even though you browse and find the file on your computer and make sure you put the destination URL. It's just there. Okay, so that's that. Those are those updates, and no more about that. MOWG run with importing the web page. So Dave's videos lately have been all about using UAP, these V4, V3 that versions is what the V stands for, and you basically all you have to do is change it, a couple of lines worth of content, and you're done. And that's really cool for the totally newbie that jumps into MOWG, right? They have no idea what to do. A lot of this can be very complicated, so those sites are very helpful, and Dave spends a lot of time building those sites. When the new one comes out, I'll do a training video, but as of right now, there is a V3 training that I have, and you can see all that. You'll be able to see all that on the MOWG Pro YouTube channel. I have youtube.com/MOWGPro, and you see UAP editing, and there's a 3-part series, part 1 of 3, 2, and 3 of 3, and I go through editing the entire document and going through doing a UAP run. There's some edits that you're going to want to look at through the Excel sheet, maybe in the index.html page as well. So I would watch those if you're using UAP. When version 4 comes out, I'll do a new set of training for the version 4 as well. But aside from the UAP, there's way more power that's involved with MOWG, and that is actually creating a web page from scratch, right? Or you have a index page, or you want to create a website. You don't want to use the UAP. You don't want to use that background. You don't want to use that color scheme or anything like that. You want to use your own. And that's what I'm going to go through right here. And the first site that we're going to do, or the one site that we're going to do, is this site that I just built up. It's a subdomain. It's colton.neighborhoodplumbers.com, and the main site itself is, you can go right here, paste, is right here. This is a MOWG site 2 that I built. This one wasn't totally from scratch. I used a template, but I cleaned it up, and a lot of you guys should have downloaded this as well. But this is the new template layout. Real simple, straightforward. I gave the sidebar where you can put testimonials, call to action. You can change this image here, make it a nice header image, call to action there as well. The one thing that you should make sure to do is, especially since Panda Penguin, SEO wise, you want to make sure you have a video and an image and some text at a minimum. You don't need to have 800, 1,000, million words. It doesn't matter. A lot of the old SEO techniques pretty much got thrown out the window with the Panda and Penguin updates. I mean, they really slammed the crap out of the SEO world. But I've been finding that just having an image, a video hosted on YouTube, because Google owns YouTube, and regardless of what anybody says, Google will favor YouTube videos over any other video channel. So put a YouTube video on your site. If you don't have something, grab some images, go to animoto.com. That's exactly where this one was built, and create a quick 30-second, 45-second video with some images and some text, and grab the code. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to take this content. First, what we're going to do is use the import web page function inside of the MOWG Pro toolbar to do that web page. So let's do that. I'm going to grab the URL, I'm going to copy it, I'm going to go to Excel, go to the MOWG Pro toolbar, click on the import web page. It's all the way to the left, and I'm going to paste the URL in there, take off the HTTP, take off that ending slash, and hit OK. And it's going to have the spot. It already pre-populates the field with your URL. What it does is all these functions get changed to your new domain name. Just press OK, and we want to save it. I already created a folder on my desktop. Organization is very critical for all MOWG Pro runs. Please understand that. If you're not organized, then you might want to do something else, because you're going to start getting headaches, because you're not going to find where stuff is. You're not going to understand where'd I put this document. It's a chaos when you start getting multiple runs. So be organized as possible. Alright, for this is a demonstration. I'm putting it on the desktop so I can easily get to it. I'll just leave it named as book1.html, and I will save it, and it's saved successfully. We can go look at that real quick. If I go to the desktop Colton folder, and I'll open this in Dreamweaver. And you can see the websites right here, right? So you can click this little globe on Dreamweaver and preview in Chrome, and you'll see that the website that I just imported into Excel looks exactly like the website over here. It's pretty much the same, right? That's what we want. So there's that. Next step inside of Excel, you're going to want to hit Code to Vars. So hit that, done. After you've done that, I usually go and clean things up, because obviously when you do the import web page function, it literally grabs all of the content, all of the code, which is, if you view page source, it grabs all of this, right, and puts it inside of Excel. And you can see, like right here, you see all the coding gets put in there, and then some words, and then you have your phone numbers all split up and everything like that. If I do it this way, I like to make sure that I combine these, because I don't want stray spaces, and I'm sure we could fix it later, but all I do is I'll hit highlight the rows together, and I'll hit code reassembly. I don't want any space in between, so I press OK. Done. And you'll see it put it all in one cell for me. So that's if you want to clean it up that way. After you've done that, after you've gone through and you've shown, you fixed everything that you wanted to fix, if you want to do it that way, you can always fix it later at the end after it gets into the index page. What you want to do is highlight the top row and hit thesaurus, and that's done. After you hit thesaurus, a couple things happen. We obviously get our page with all of the synonyms that come from it, but we also get this new sheet called Code to SRW, and SRW stands for Spin Rewriter. And in Spin Rewriter is where we're going to actually take this code and put it in and get more appropriate variables. So on the code to SRW, you're going to double click this first cell in 3A, and then you're going to highlight all of this, right click copy, or shortcut is Control C, and you're going to go to the website spinrewriter.com. If you don't have an account, sign up. There's a link somewhere, 70% off if you need it. I can email you the discounted URL. It's like $8 a month. It's nothing. So get Spin Rewriter. This spinner is phenomenal. You're going to click on rewrite your articles, and step 1 says rewrite a single article. You're going to paste that code to SRW that you just copied. Okay. Then you're going to click on settings down here under I'm feeling lucky. I usually pick the recommended one. The keyword, protected keyword. Usually inside of here you're going to have, depending on your run, you may have one keyword that you don't want to get varred out. You want it to, because you already have all the keywords you want to change it with, right? Or you may have something that doesn't get varred, maybe the city or whatever else. It doesn't matter. You can protect the keywords. For this, I'm going to protect plumbing itself, because I don't want to have plumbing changed out. The content's written for plumbing. That's what I'm going to do. Keep it safe. After you've got your protected keyword and you're good to go, you're going to click the start rewriting process, and it's going to do its little rewriting thing. It takes a couple seconds. Real quick, if you get an error like this, something went wrong, such and such shouldn't take any longer than 60 seconds, it usually means that there's too much content and you need to split it up again. Before it was about, the limit was around 1,000. We could get through with that, no problem. But it seems as more and more people use it, their servers throughout the day get bogged down. So what I usually do is I'll take the content that's in there and I'll cut it in half. So it was at 822, so I'm going to go for something I can remember easily and cut it at around 400, right? So I'll cut off 403 and Control X will cut it, and remember that there was a space there, so then I'll hit start rewriting process and go through the process again, except I'm going to do it twice. Alright, so I'm going to pause and then bring you up on the next screen. Okay, so I did that. It was just paused for like 15 seconds, and it brings me to step 2, which is great because that's what I want. But I need to do the other half of the article too. So I'm going to open up the home page and rewrite my article and rewrite single article. I'm going to hit Control V, or you can right click and paste, and there's the second half, right? And settings, make sure everything's still okay. I protected the keyword, recommended, and then hit the start rewriting process there. And this will go through that process. Over here we see our our text. I'm just going through different tabs. I don't know if you can see my tabs or not, but I just opened up in a new tab. So maybe I'll just wait for this to finish and then I'll do both steps at once. So just stand by one. Okay, now that one's done. So I've got both in two different tabs. One through 402, and then 403 through 822, and then that's it. So this is what we have to do here. We go and come down to settings. Recommended, one-click rewrite. Recommended again, and my protected keyword, and click the one-click rewrite process button. Now this takes about 90 seconds, so in a minute and a half that'll be done. And I'll do the same thing over here. I'll click the one-click rewrite, and recommended, protected keyword, start the process. Now I'm going to pause, and when these are both done, I'll come back. Okay, perfect. Both of them are done. You can see all the synonyms that were created. It gives me on both pages, right? So what the next step is click on continue to final step. Finalizes the article, and this is the page we want to be at. Okay, and now over here I'm also going to click on continue to final step, let that finalize, and this is the second half. So what I'm going to do is take and copy all of this text, Control C or right click and copy, go over to the other tab where the first half of the article is at, and I'm going to the end, here at the end after calling, right? Hit the space bar because there is a space there, and then Control V or right click and paste, and you'll see that it pasted it in there. And just to verify, you go up to the 403 number, which is where we were at, where we cut 403, and we make sure there's a space SRW. Perfect. Then I want to Control A or right click and select all, copy that to my clipboard by pressing Control C or right click and copy. But I want to save this, right? So I'm going to save it. Maybe I want the article name to be Colton Plumbers with import web page function, right? Because that's what I did. And I'm going to save. And it's been saved, and that's done. Now in Excel, we want to come back and go to a blank sheet. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you save your Excel document. So File, Save As, and I already saved it, but put it in the folder we're working in, and mine's on the desktop Colton folder, and vars XLSX. I name mine vars. Name it whatever you want. So on this blank sheet, I'm going to double click in the first cell, A1. Double click, see my cursor, and I'm going to hit Control V, or if you're in a Mac, Command V, and paste it. And you can either hit Enter, or you can hit this check mark right here at the top and make sure it's all in one cell. After that, we click Convert from Spinner Syntax, because we don't want it in this format. We need it in columns, right? That's what that does. Boom, straight across. That's wonderful, but now I need to get rid of SRWs, right? I need my words. I need these words back. So what you have to do is click on alphanumerics to var sheet coding. And that's done. Now, after you've gotten to this part, what we do is we highlight top row. I usually highlight top row and hit header generator. And you have this option. It saves the HTML and it saves a CSV file. And here's your header. The var full backup of it gets created on a different sheet, and your var is HTML only, right? And if you go into the folder, you can see that the HTML page was created. Open that in Dreamweaver, and you can look at the coding there, and you can preview it in Chrome to see what it looks like, right? So there it is. That's the var page right there. We obviously have some tweaks to make there, some spacing to fix, but you guys should know how to do that from other previous training videos. Again, I didn't